It's a gambling super student.
Super stupid.
We just talked for like 20 minutes
about
gambling.
My gosh.
That's just part of it.
The stories, though. People all want to know what goes on NBA airplanes when you guys travel from city to city. Road tripping tried to bring you the closest to that.
We got kicked out.
Yeah, we got kicked out when we started road tripping on the airplane. They kicked us out.
We did like 3 on the plane.
We did 3, and then they got mad at us.
Understandably, like, you know, the trainers, the equipment guys, like the plane is the only time they sleep because they're unloading the bags, they're doing all the equipment. So like we would go back to that little open table, but they would all be just trying to relax. We would be hammered, like, you know, doing whatever we're doing. Then we would leave, and these guys were like, dude, we got to unpack the bags off the plane. Then we got to get to the hotel, deliver all bags. So they're like, can you guys just let us sleep or just let us do what we got to do? So you respect it.
I was mad. Okay, so from creative director of Bleacher Report
to gambling.
That's my title today.
Yeah, that's all I know you as from now on. To your thoughts about the Heat. Wine. Let's talk about wine.
Let's talk about wine.
Channing and Dwyane.
Now you can speak again.
Now your turn to talk.
Let's talk about the chosen family.
What was your story? Tell us your story.
What's your story?
Tell us your gambling story, because I know you got one. I know you've seen some
gambling story.
I was on the Knicks, and we used to play poker. And the rookie, I'm not going to say names, but a rookie was going up against a vet who at the time just had a new $30 million contract. I can't do that. So the rookie plays poker very by the books, right? He used to play online poker, so he would play very structured poker. Like, if he didn't have a good hand, he'd be out. Boom, boom, boom. The vet was playing what I call drinking poker, where he would drink. He had a bottle of vodka next to him, and he would just take shots, random shots on ice but he's a big boy. So now he's drinking half a bottle of vodka.
Jerome James.
And so the pot, drunk game for sure. So the pot is now at $30,000, right? It was like money, and then they put blank checks up. You got to bring 2 blank checks. 2 blank checks on the plane to say, like, hey, how much is this going? So he put up the keys to his truck, to his new Escalade. The other guy put his keys to his other truck.
Oh, no way.
It ended up being around like $56,000, right? In one pot.
That finger crooked, but yeah, keep going.
Sorry, just okay. Just okay.
Jeez, I didn't know where you were pointing. I didn't know you pointed to Richard, me, Ali. I didn't know what was going on with that finger. I got one too, though, so don't even worry about it. I keep it tough.
Is it the pinky? Is it the pinky?
Yeah, it's the pinky.
Pinky look like this.
What?
Zoom in on my pinky.
Why
Y'all
your
zoom
pinky?
in on our finger. Look
Look
at this.
Ew.
That looked like
You got a bunion on your pinky toe.
My pinky look pregnant, bro.
On your pinky finger, you got a bunion.
I had nice hands before the NBA. I just want to say that. My bad, Channing. Go ahead. So long
you're
story
right.
short.
So, this is a 1-hour flight, though. That's the problem.
Oh, those are the worst flights. The quick flights.
Because people want to throw money in fast.
Why are we talking about gambling like we promoting gambling right now?
I literally set you guys up to talk about
Presented by FanDuel.
So the vet had three jacks. So he was swore he was going to win. I think he had a full house. I think he had 3 jacks and two twos or 2 threes. The rookie had 4 kings and like an ace and an ace back or something like that. So it was like crazy. This dude took his bottle of vodka and broke it over his knee.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, wrote the check, $56,000 right there, signed it, bow. Our GM, our coach said, hey, no more gambling. The bet, yeah. Also, people were also playing craps in the back, right, with $100 bills. It was a show on the Knicks, but that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. The buildup of this, the owner, James Dolan, was there, Isaiah Thomas. We had all the coaches looking at one hand of poker because there were watches on the table.
Oh, no. See, that's when you start.
Wait, so like when you're throwing your keys in, like you're giving your car?
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's like
you're putting it up.
You seen Fast and Furious where you're like racing for pink slips?
Yeah. No, it's collateral. You got to put up collateral.
Yeah, collateral.
If you lose, I need my money.
Because
if I got your keys to the car, you're gonna pay me my money. Right?
Oh, it's for that.
It's like collateral. You're not like collateral. Your car is not like, but it's just more like here. But people have done crazy things. Like guys have like had to purchase cars, and like we're telling you stuff that is like that happens maybe in the entire NBA like one time. Like between us, we've played 50 years of the NBA. This is not like all the time. This is over 50 years combined of NBA stories. But like it happens all the time. Jock Vaughn, my guy, he stopped playing cards with Rod Thorne. Rod Thorne, who was a notorious gambler, used to play with us all the time. He was former GM, drafted me, drafted Jordan, and then worked for the NBA for many years. But he would come back and gamble with us, and he was our GM. But he would gamble like, it was awesome. But he was funny until the point, though, like he would start losing, and he would be like, no good mother lover, can't make a damn jumper and wants 9 straight flushes. Like, what's going? Like, and we would be dying.
That's probably dangerous.
So that's why Jock Vaughn was like, yo, I can't play cards. I can't have a dude that like is like my boss calling me X, Y, and Z, right? And then like think like we're still cool. Cause like Rod would be like one of the guys and just be like, seriously, he would be sitting there dealing, this no good sucker thinks he can't make a, this motherfucker, I should have traded his, like, you're like, he's standing right here, Rod, what are you doing?
Can I get some of that other wine?
I was gonna say, I don't know.
Which one? What you want, the silver? You want the silver or the whispering?
He doesn't want silver.
You want whispering? Nobody can see inside the Yeti.
Let me get that light skin one.
That light, hey, ho.
Let me get that Channing. Let me get that
Channing Frye. Let me get that
Channing Richard.
No. Richard's way lighter than me.
So speaking of wine, what's going on in the wine world, the wine industry, you two winemakers? We've got Wade Sellers.
Ask me Wade. He weighs way bigger than me.
No. First of all, Channing and I both are very young in the wine space, right? Obviously, Channing, you guys know it. I'm sure it's annoying because Channing is annoying. It's a lot to learn about wine. And when you learn a little bit, you want to be like Channing and talk about everything you learned.
Yeah.
But with that being said, like one thing that's been cool about this industry is this is normally our job, is to drink wine, talk about wine, taste wine, like get some notes from wine. This is a great job to have. But for me, I feel like my brand it started 7 years ago, but really the last 2 years is when I really have jumped into the wine space. So for me, it's just a passion project that, it's turned into like a business now. And we're trying to keep our costs, pretty reasonable for the most part. I feel like
that's what I appreciate.
Yeah, we're trying to. Like this wine right here, this is the flagship of my brand. It's the Wade Cab, and it costs $95, right? $90 to $95 depending. But the rest of my wines, like this is like $20. And my other wines, my red wines is like $35, my rosé is $15. So we try to keep it at a reasonable price and put great juice in the bottle. But I got some great winemakers in Napa Valley that do some amazing job for us. So it's been cool for me and Channing because we obviously got a cool relationship, but now we both are in the wine space. And so now we have conversations more about wine. And so I'm excited that me and him are gonna try to figure out a way to like take some time out of our day to talk more about wine and kind of uplift other wine brands, especially black winemakers, because they don't get a lot of exposure in this industry. So, wine, drink, have fun.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
If I, cheers you and I look in your eye, we got to guzzle.
Oh.
So my question is, this is like a fan thing. How many cases of wine do you have per year? Or how many acres do you have? And then I can do the cases.
What cases of, you talking about Wade wine?
Yeah, total. How many cases per year do you sell of Wade wine a year?
Okay, so going back to your first, so we source our grapes, right?
Right,
so
totally.
for the Wade brand, our grapes are sourced. So let's talk about this wine. This wine right here comes from Oakville in Napa, right? Oakville in Napa is everyone talks about Oakville, Napa is one of the greatest source for great soil. Right, when it comes to wine, right? So I just came out with a 2018, and 2018 was one of the best vintage in the past decade in Napa. So we source our grapes from different places in Napa. Everybody always asks, you got a tasting room, you got all this. I'm like, no, we kind of source our grapes, and we got great relationships with the Paul Meyer family to make our wine. So we don't have all that. We're not there yet. We're small.
Don't own a particular vineyard.
No, we source our grapes.
Do you?
Not yet.
Not yet. But one day, hopefully, but not yet. No. And what was the?
Well,
what's the next question?
How many acres is that vineyard?
Well, the different vineyards is different acres. I don't know where to know all the acres.
Okay.
I don't even know the acre of my house, Channing. Why you gonna ask me that?
Damn!
But with that being said, let me say this: we don't do like let's say this, the Wade cap. Maybe we did 500 cases of this, right?
Yeah.
So we keep our cases depending on we're trying to grow. Obviously it's been a tough time, but the wine industry actually has taken a jump in the pandemic because everyone's drinking.
Everyone's drinking.
So we got more accounts, but more accounts mean we got to put more money in, right? So it's kind of we're trying to grow as our brand is growing and people want more of our wine. So we kind of started off very small. I actually started my wine brand in Asia before I brought it to the States. Because of my brand in China, and China is
they love wine over there.
They love wine. It was.
They love they love wine. That's
So that's where this came from. This is an Asia script, right? This is 3 in China, right? So my number 3 by Wade.
Oh, it's awesome.
Really?
Oh, clever. Details.
Wait, but in
baby.
China, they buy when they have wine auctions of the most exclusive wines in the world, they say the Chinese people, they buy them and drink them.
Yeah.
They're not
They ain't holding on to them.
They don't have wine cellars and all of these vintages no, they buy it and drink it.
Let me tell you how they drink
wine. The culture is consumption, though. It's not taste. Like in America, we're we want the taste. They want label and consumption. So if this is $10,000, they want to drink this with everyone as a representation of where they are in their class, or it's wild. We're they don't give a if this tastes good or not. They're this is $10,000 and you don't have none.
Yeah, so how they do it in China too. So I've done many wine tastings in China, and when I go over Li Ning with my China tour, I will also do my wine tour at the same time. And so a lot of times when you go to these big events and it's a round table with my wines or whatever the case may be, everybody got to do a cheers. First of all, in China, everybody stand up and do a cheers around the table. So every time everyone do a cheers, you got to drink. But then when they come over to you, and if I cheers you and I look in your eye, we got to guzzle.
Oh no!
That's the thing, and that's with any liquor. If we cheers and you look me in the eye in China, we guzzling. We taking it to the head.
What if I came up to you to cheers you, but you just looked down?
Then you ain't got to guzzle. But if you look me in my eye, that means we got to look at each other and we got to take it down. So I've had many nights that ended that I don't remember, but I'm sure we had a great wine event.
Is that how you? Is that how you guys?
I never did that.
Is that how you guys drank in Nebraska? When y'all went?
Hang on. I want to get there. Oh my God, I want to get there. Hang on. Before we get to Nebraska, really quick, Channing, have you had Dwyane's wine?
Yes.
You've tasted it.
We had it in Cleveland. Okay. We had it in Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've had Channing's wine.
He also sent me his white wine and I think rosé. I like his white wine.
And so you guys have had each other's wine. We've all had everyone's wine now, right?
Yes.
To this point.
Yes.
Because Dwyane is so good at judging. All-star. Okay. He's so good at judging.
Look at that shot.
We need.
No.
9
you
out
know
of 10.
That was our Wildcat brother.
9 out of 10.
That was our Wildcat brother, Aaron Gordon.
We need to grade these wines for those that are listening so that they go run to the shelves and buy your wines.
Aaron,
and then we're going to get to Nebraska. So let's start with Channing's wine.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Go buy it, everybody.
You're not going to mistake it here, are you?
Chosen family wine. Chosen family wine.
Channing, what's the price point of your wines, though? I don't know.
73 and 60.
Okay.
But we have, so you have 300 of your red. I have 80 and 40. So 80 of my Pinot Noir and 40 of my Chardonnay. So we're such a small, tiny, minuscule little bit. It's been pretty amazing to see who buys it. And we don't have a store either. We're 100% e-commerce. So every 2 weeks I have to meet up with our people in our business and be what city, what state, where do they buy? How do they buy? What time do they buy? Where do people click
when kids
from?
get off of school, that's when they buy.
Your wine business sound like your NBA career. It sounds like you on scouting reports when we played against you. Very minuscule person on the scouting report.
Listen, hold on now. I have given the Miami Heat barbecue chicken.
You have given us some numbers.
Barbecue chicken.
About 15, 16 points.
That show and get back don't work. That show and get back does not work.
Well, unlike your fellow Wildcat, Dwyane gave your wine a 10 out of 10. So congrats. What are we giving Dwyane's wine?
10 out of 10. Go buy it.
Obviously 10 out of 10.
Yeah, go buy it. Wait.
I'll give it a 9.
Obviously, I think, okay, so people who are into wine, you should buy his wine and let it sit for a couple years. It's going to be even better. Right? Because cabs are usually like, buy his wine, and then you write, what I do is I write a date. So buy 3 or 4 and drink one year after year, and you'll see it evolve. Like Cabernet is a bigger wine that needs to grow in the bottle. So people go, they buy it and they want to open it immediately. That's not how wine's supposed to be drank. It's not how it's built, right? It has to like settle into itself in the bottle. So if you buy his red wine, buy 3 or 4, drink one year after year, and you're going to say like, oh, it's like evolving.
Okay. Let me interrupt y'all for just a real quick second, because like D Wade, you asked me like, I was like, yo, I'm like a camaraderie social drinker. Like if y'all drinking wine, I'll drink wine, but I normally drink whiskey. But you're assuming, Channing, that like I'm going to remember what the hell I drank a year ago and the next year, and I'm going to tell you, wow, this has really evolved since like November of 2000.
My bad, I forgot.
Channing, you're talking to like, you're talking to wine, like
wine connoisseurs.
Like for
like you make notes.
So this is like the 2018 of this wine. Like the numbers on it is like it was sitting in a French oak barrel, a new French oak, 75% French oak barrel for 2 years.
Wow.
It's all this nerd. Right?
Yeah.
For like 2 years, and then now when it come out, like, you can drink it now, but you should hold it for another, like in 5 years, it's gonna be amazing. Like, it's all that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's that nerd stuff that Channing is talking about. Listen.
It'll be amazing, right? It
will be way better for sure.
Cabernet grapes, you got to know like the thickness of skin.
Thanks, Channing. He's going to nerd on us. He's going to nerd on. Tell us more, Channing.
Save this for our little conversation we're going to have.
It's like, look, like the dimples on the basketball when you find the groove. Like, people are like, well, wait, what are you talking about?
Save it, Channing. Let's save it.
Okay, save it and let's go to Nebraska. Up next on Road Trippin'.
Have you seen the video of how I saw. Celebrate? We were celebrating like we just won an NBA championship.
Take our trip to Nebraska.
Channing, tell us about Nebraska.
Tell us about the Cornhuskers.
Here's the thing. The wife and I were like, she kept being like, Channing, are you sure we're not intruding? I said, even if we are, this is a trip of a lifetime.
Nobody ever said Nebraska and trip of a lifetime, but continue.
No, because, okay, for us, we always love going out of our comfort zone and just being like, we don't have our kids. We're going with adults who drink, who want to have a good time. And so we get on a plane and we're just talking. And the thing that I never really had a conversation.
So you say what you got on, because I treated you right. You got on a private jet, sir.
I hopped on the seat of your plane, right? Like, because there were extra seats. It felt really good, though. I was like a baller. I was like, oh, this is nice. Oh, it's nice. Anyways, so we got on. And so I'm thinking, this is just me, myself, and my wife. And we've met and done things with Gabby. We did, when her book came out, we did that kind of stuff. So we know she was cool. Obviously, D-Wade sucks. She's the leader. So when we got on a plane, it's a 3-4 hour trip. And all of a sudden we just start talking about all different types of things. And D-Wade was talking about having great conversations. For me, whether he knows it or not, her conversation just about like the LGBTQ community and like what's going on with your daughter and all that kind of stuff was mind blowing to me, because I have nobody in my bubble that is informed that much. So that was already the start. So me and the wife were geeked about that, right? Like, damn, this is crazy. Like, we're better people because of this. Then we went to the Warren Buffett thing, right?
Yeah.
So he said, oh, Channing, just wear what you want, right? No big deal. So I'm like, oh, we're in Nebraska. Jeans and a t-shirt. Like, this mother effer came in a 3-piece suit. I look like a straight. I said, Lauren, where's the bar? I said, Lauren, if he didn't have us in a jet, oh man, I'd be out of this thing. So I'm
Wait,
sitting
you,
at the
you
table.
set him up with a T-shirt and jeans, and you show up in it. First of all, once it says Warren Buffett, at least a polo, Jerry. At least a polo.
First of all, I was going on stage, so
okay,
I
that's
never
different.
dressed apart.
Did you tell him that? Like, yo, well, I'm going to be on stage. I'm going to be in a
No,
suit.
you know, we're guys. We don't give
We don't
the
give
right
advice.
information.
You kind of set him up. Like, dude, shorts,
I was like,
flip-flops,
Channing,
whatever you wear.
it's fine. Whatever you wear.
That is one of the most underrated jokes to play on a friend. Whatever you want to wear is
Whatever you
fine.
want to wear is fine. You know, Channing will come with the open toe slides.
Listen, so the wife and I are like, damn, okay, so we're going to the bar. So we have some drinks. Even though the game was amazing, we could talk about that forever. The city of Nebraska, we went to the chicken joint.
The city of Nebraska? It's a state, dude. Like, it's Lincoln. It's Lincoln, Channing.
Sorry. We went to that chicken joint. We tried. Everyone was nice. Everything was amazing. The night that was amazing, that was next level, was after the Warren Buffett thing. We went to the hood, Richard. The hood.
The hood.
The hood. What happened, Channing?
Elk Club with
Like an elk lounge.
Okay.
Elk Lounge, aunties, uncles. Man, listen.
Snakeskin shoes, alligators.
Shoes, 6 buttons.
It's like going out in Memphis.
In there. They had 1 type of tequila, 4 type of beers, 6 type of Hennessy. But we had the greatest time. We stayed up 2 in the morning. We went to this soul food restaurant and ate our face off, right? Drunk, eating our face off. They gave us everything on the menu, just to experience, right? Like, obviously, Nebraska is not the most desirable place. In the words of Joakim Noah, I don't know anybody that vacations in Nebraska during the summer, right? So for me, that experience between that first night we were there to, waking up, tailgating, barely watching the game to the night, right? Like, we don't even remember. The Nebraska went down 21-0. We said, oh, listen. What?
How does Nebraska tailgate?
So Nebraska is a clean arena, so you can't bring alcohol. No, it's no alcohol sold in the arena.
So everyone drinks outside.
in the stadium.
No, you tailgate all outside on the
right.
ground.
So my point is how was that?
Oh no, that's what you go to Nebraska football games for. To tailgate.
Was it better than Toledo?
Hey, Channing, did we win a championship? Channing?
Yeah. Hey, look. Sneaky trick, I did. So obviously, I could drink a little bit. I was giving that little college kid okay, y'all roofied me at Toledo. I've sent a police report. But anyways, I was giving that kid half guzzles of beer instead of just that little sip. So by the 3rd round, his eyes were all tore up. Like, he couldn't.
Yeah, we were doing
so
flip cup.
Y'all cheated.
No, I don't know what Channing was doing on his end, but it would flip cup. You got to hold your own, right? You got to.
Have you ever won flip cup?
But it matters how much you're putting in someone's cup.
See the video?
Wait, D-Wade, had you ever played flip cup before that moment?
I played the year before. It was my first time, and I sucked.
It's so much fun.
I sucked. I didn't know how hard it was. Like, the pressure of everybody around you, got to flip that cup over and then don't flip. And land the right way.
Would you say winning an NBA title is hard?
Listen, if you've seen the video of how me and Channing celebrate, we were celebrating like we just won an NBA championship.
But okay, so that's my point. That's my point, though. We were down 3-1. Okay.
We were down.
That's my point, though. Is you guys made this look like it was awesome and you destroyed everyone and you were like the men at this tailgate. He just said he cheated.
Well, I didn't know that.
He just filled.
Channing's a cheater.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Listen, I was a closer. I was a closer on the opposite end.
The anchor is a hard spot to be. There's stress.
Channing, we put him in the front somewhere because we didn't know.
In the front somewhere.
No. Let's keep it real. Whatever he had, I had. I was just saying. He said, "Oh, we didn't get enough to drink last time," so I said, "Oh, we've been to pull up now."
Wasn't it the best out of 3, Channing? It was the best out of 3.
Yes, and we were down 2-0. Sorry, down 2-0.
We were down.
We came back.
You can't be down 2-0 in the best out of 3.
Yeah, you can't
be down 2-0 in the best out of 3.
No, we were down.
It's going to change every time I tell you.
I don't know. Channing, you got me over here lying. Well, we were down. We lost the first one. We had to come back and win 2 in a row. Let's just say
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
No.
But let's talk about this, Channing, in Nebraska. So we did have a great time. The one thing about Nebraska when we go, it's just it's not the world that we live, right? Me and my wife, we live a different world and a different life. Nebraska is, let's just go to the hood. Let's be in the elk lounge. Let's do our thing, right? Yeah. We had an amazing time. We were dancing. We did like music chairs. Like I was killing everybody in darts. Like I was tearing the whole bar up in darts. It was my night. And I know, and I bring that up because we played darts in San Antonio, and I wasn't as good.
You sucked.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you
gotta
sucked.
drink more. You gotta drink more.
And
he was done drinking.
No, listen.
You were done
Richard,
drinking.
I'm sorry about Nebraska. I got to jump to San Antonio. Richard,
this was the night before you guys got traded.
Normally in Cleveland, I would go out with LeBron and the crew, right? And that's a different kind of go out, right?
Very different.
So I got to the point, and it was like I started to feel that my time was almost up. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, I want to do something different. I was like, Channing, I want to see how the other side lives. Channing, did I say that?
Person. Let me hang out with you.
I was like, Channing, let me hang out with you.
What do you people live like?
What do you live like? So I was like, Channing, I'm going to hang out with you tonight.
And by the way, he meant you people as in the broadcast.
The broadcast crew. That's who we hung out with.
Allie, Mitch.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Bro, we had that was one of my best.
They used to go play darts all the time.
In the NBA.
Antonio.
And
because that's what poor people do, apparently.
Listen, we got to, what was it, Coyote Ugly? And they turned me around because I didn't have my ID.
You're like, I've never seen that. I'm used to getting escorted to my table with my
normally
bottles.
I'm like, what do you mean? And I was like, you know what? This night is going so good. I'm so drunk right now off of stuff I don't drink that I'm going to walk back to my hotel and get my ID.
Yeah.
Right? Because I want to go in here and continue this night.
I was shocked.
Yeah. I was shocked too.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
Next thing you know, we started making a comeback and I saw Brian get ready to check in. I'm like, now you want to come out.
I'm gonna include you in this group, but even like we talked about with Bron, like it's always so intense when you're with big guy, right? Like he's like, hey, this is where we're gonna go. We got this restaurant, they're gonna be playing this game, and we're gonna be in this like corner area. Then we might go here for just, a drink or two after. And so for you to say like, I wanna see how the other like side lives, that's all Channing and I used to do. Like me and Channing used to either just leave that group or like show up randomly at like 1:15 in the morning.
This is a real humbling moment for me.
Why?
Because I didn't know that we were the other group.
You're civilians. We want to see how civilians live.
We want to see how the civilians live.
We want to see how civilians live.
And I walked away from that and I had an amazing night. And all I know is the next night, I did what I needed to do off the bench. I came in, did my thing, and sat right back down. I was like, I feel good. Even though I was hungover and drunk the next morning at shoot-around, I felt great.
Yeah, see, on a night like that, if I didn't have it, like when I was old, and I just, because look, I swear to you, this is real. It's all about team camaraderie. So even if you're just out here like building team bonds, if that means that like you might not be able to perform the way you would like the next night, like it's year 16. Like just be a team guy. But like those are one of those ones where like maybe you go in the game and you get into foul trouble. You're like 2 quick fouls in the first quarter.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
2 quick fouls. You're like, coach, I ain't got it tonight.
Listen, look, being with the big fella, you can think, ooh, my is on fire. Then you go back to doing what you do on a regular basis. You go, oh yeah, I ain't.
Yo, how about our performance after we took that Napa trip and we had to play the Sacramento Kings?
Hey,
coach was on me that game.
Man, I said, look, what do you expect?
I couldn't even move out there.
First of all, Sacramento happened before the Napa trip.
Who we play out?
Did it?
No, it happened after.
No, it was Golden State, it was Sacramento. We drove to Napa.
Put it on the record.
And then we went to Utah. Put it on the record.
Put it on the record.
Put it on the record.
We played, because Vince Carter had 25 off the bench, and that was when we had left Napa.
Nope.
Put it on the record.
No.
Because we went up to Sac. We was at Sac for 3 days, so we went to Napa for like 2.
No.
And then we played.
That is true.
I'm going to blame your wine.
Talk to me
I'm going to blame your. No.
All right.
Richard's like, damn it, I got traded.
I got traded, so like, I wasn't.
No.
That was the
Put
one.
It on the record.
I want to
Put
say
on the
that
record.
all the times that I was kind of like bummed because like I was hoping to end my career in Cleveland, it was like, that was the one time when everyone went to Napa, and I'm hearing from like Channing, I'm hearing from Allie, like Bron and D-Wade are posting, and I'm just like.
A case of wine from Napa.
I did get a case of wine. I did get a case of wine, but I was more just saying that like I would have rather been not playing in Cleveland than to be not playing in Denver.
I'm pretty sure the Napa trip started with all of you guys drinking champagne or mimosas.
Oh yeah,
and I wasn't in your van, but I got a mimosa and I I texted Richard right away, and I was just like, don't you wish you were here with your people?
Listen, we got some great moments from my quick stunt in Cleveland.
Cleveland
we got some
was
good moments,
so
man.
you were only there a short amount of time. That was the same stuff that had been going on for 2 years.
Yeah.
That was the craziest thing about Cleveland is I tried to express to people, like Kyle Korver said it best. So, like, you know, after every game, like, guys have a glass of wine or whatever, like, flying to the next city. So we were doing that, and it started to get a little carried away. But, like, we were all professionals, right? So it's like, you can't tell us anything. But Kyle Korver, one day, we were flying to Orlando, and we had a day or something like that. And Kyle Korver sat in the back, and I was like, Kyle, you all right? He's like, I've never seen guys, like, drink on the way to a city before. I've seen guys drinking when they're leaving a city, but not on the way to the city. And it was like...
We grown-ass men,
It was
though.
grown-ass men. I was like, I actually agree with you, Kyle. I don't think I've ever seen that either.
Yeah,
but,
right.
like, that stint in Cleveland was very, very, very different. Like, what was your thought when you were like, I was here for a short amount, you were there for a short amount of time, but it was also like, that what was going on for a couple years. Like, it was very different.
Well, I mean, it's like you've seen it from the outside, right?
Yeah.
Let's go even back to the Knicks game when y'all was doing the bottle flip.
Bottle flip.
Right? He was like,
God.
everybody was talking, but inside he was like, damn, I kind of want to, I love to do that. You know, I'm at this point in my career, I love to have fun like that. Like, I've run championships, like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not serious no more like that. And it's like, damn, I love to do that. So, like, to be able to go there and be like, take these experiences out, and it's like, I have 3 great experiences from Cleveland that I was like in my top 3 of, like, you know, in all of my moments of fun. Like, I've had some of them, Cleveland would enter that. And these are the nights that we talk about, the Napa, the San Antonio, and I have another one as well.
I got in trouble for
right
tweeting, right? Because I was doing that, and so like I retweeted like that video, and I was like, they were like, oh, this is embarrassing what, you know, Cleveland is doing. I was like, what was really embarrassing is what we did that night.
I saw you do that.
I was like, what we did.
Knowing that we was going to have that same outcome.
What we did the night before, not going to sleep, and then knowing that we were still going to beat the Knicks. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, man.
People didn't like that in New York too much.
I'm pretty sure before the bottle flipping, too, you guys were down by like 25 to the Knicks.
Oh,
but then we won.
And then, that's my point.
Hey, serious question. If that's the game where I played the whole second half, right? I think it was 6 minutes into the third quarter. We were down by 22. I had the biggest headache.
No, you're talking about when I was
life.
there. You're talking about when I was there. No, that's a different. We were down when I was there.
We're talking about the bottle flip.
No,
was not
the bottle flip. I wasn't
the
there.
bottle flip.
You guys were always down.
But when we were there, we were down. Like, he had put the starters on the bench, and he was like, Channing, D, Kyle, y'all go out there and have some fun.
Hey,
and they said,
we said, hey, listen. I said it was 1, 2, 3. Sweat it out.
Yeah,
that was when. Oh my God, I don't know what this is, but the fist.
The Arthur fist.
Arthur, yeah.
Brian did the Arthur
that
fist.
That came out after, yeah.
But then he got hats and stuff. But like, we went out there and it was just kind of like, this game over. The next thing you know, we started making a comeback and I saw Brian get ready to check in. I'm like, now you want to come.
Now you want to show what?
Yeah, now you want to take off all your hot packs and stuff.
Now you want to start like rubbing your head down and wiping your chest off.
We had burned all of our gas. We had nothing left. To come back from 22, we burned all our gas.
I'm 99% sure I gassed up whoever was guarding me through wine and booze fumes. I was like, oh, this the Knicks. I don't have to play. I get a good warm up, sweat it out a little bit. I used the whole first half to get my electrolytes. Then I used the halftime, warm it up again, and now I got to play a little bit in the fourth. I make a couple shots. I say what's up to the old Knicks fans, blah, 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 and I'm good to go. We got down by 22. I said, listen, this ain't me. I said, this ain't me now. So I had to go dig deep into the cellar for that one. But I was literally just sweating wine and booze that day.
Yo, okay, speaking of random things I posted, I'm going to ask you if you remember this, and it was a long time ago. You posted about... You posted about, oh, I'm gonna do a documentary on the Redeem Team, and then I just posted like a emoji face, like, and you're like, is there a problem?
For real?
Yeah, I kid you not, you responded to me like, is there a problem? And I was like, nah, it was just I was like, the only way to talk about the Redeem Team is to talk about the team we had in 2004.
So wait, are you doing a documentary on it?
Yeah. Well, so yeah. I am. We stopped because of everything that happened with Kobe, and then the world shut down. We kind of stopped, but we were in the middle of filming.
No one gives about that. The story is not about the Redeem Team. That's a terrible story. Who cares?
Wait, hang on.
We did what we were supposed to do.
I gotta go.
But
you gotta go.
I have to leave.
All right, we don't care.
Yeah,
Leave.
I have a thing by NBA TV. Okay, bye.
all right, go get your check, Johnny.
Go get that money.
All right, we'll talk.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
No, listen, LeBron, I said this, I was like, LeBron's gonna play so long that people are gonna forget that we were ever teammates.
We got a couple things, and then we'll wrap up.
But
I wanted I want to talk about this because isn't this what happened with like the whole thing that just happened this summer with Mav and Melo and talking about how him and Bron wanted to like roast you guys or?
No, it was me. It was me and Sean. So like me and Sean, because they were
you guys
mad.
weren't supposed to start, you were
they were mad
horrible?
that we started over. So then like Mav was like, yo, Melo, do you remember the conversation that you and Bron said you was gonna whoop their ass next year? And I was like, look, now don't get me wrong. Like we know like Bron and Melo are like Hall of Famers, like as are you. Like that's not a question. But I was like, back in 04, they were like 21, and I was like 24.
They were like 19.
They were 19. They were like 19 and 21. I was like, I don't feel like they whooped my ass. I was like, I'll talk about myself. I'll talk about myself in third person.
You get numbers at that time.
04, Richard Jefferson was a bad man, right? Like, shoot, we played against each other. By the way, I never hated you because like you were a respectful competitor, but like you remember the year I messed up my ankle like in game 1? You actually talk some. You don't care. But like you guys won the championship that year. We lost to y'all 2 years in a row.
Yeah, we played y'all,
Yeah, 2 years in a row, and 1 year y'all won the championship. And that year we had a really, really good team. Like we weren't like you and Shaq good, but we had a good team.
Y'all was good.
And I was
you, Vince, J Kidd, and y'all had some.
I was bummed. But my whole thing was this: is that like the story is as much as it is about the Redeem Team. Like that's basically just the U.S. doing what we're supposed to do. The real story is like how much of a team was in 04.
2004.
That was a debacle.
That is a whole different story.
That's a whole different story.
Wait, so it's not a part of it?
No, you got to.
I mean, but it's not the focal point. Like that's a whole nother doc.
That's a whole nother doc.
That would be amazing if it ever comes out one day. The Redeem Team was more so of this was the time where we got U.S. back to where we were and the things that went into getting us back there, right? Because like Kobe wasn't on the 2004 team, right? So it was like the things that kind of got us back to where we are now of dominance. But 04 was a whole different kind of animal that I would love to
How old were you in 04?
That was after my rookie season, so I probably turned 22.
But that's what I was trying to express to people. People always want to like talk trash about that team, and so like you were fortunate enough to go and win gold medals. They were kind of over me at that point in time.
I'm being drunk walking out here.
That's what I do. Yeah,
that's the whole point.
Yeah, but the
market research, everybody.
Market research, R&D. No, but the funny thing about it was that like we were all meeting each other for the very first time. Like we played against each other. Like you were in Miami as a rookie, but like we played against you, 3-4 times. Never met the dude, don't know it. So like right before training camp, before going to the Olympics in Jacksonville, you're like, hey, Dwyane, nice to meet you. I'm Richard. And you're just like, and then like 2 weeks later, we're competing against the world. That was a recipe for disaster.
And it was disaster.
It was a disaster.
Yeah. I had front row seats. I mean, I might have played, I played 9 minutes. LeBron played 6, and Melo played even less.
My thing was,
so we had front row seats.
I didn't want to. Let me go back.
Wait,
no, it's not the players.
No. But I want to go back for this reason. So you remember how they have the U.S. Select team, right? Before they started the U.S. Select player. So like I was the U.S. Select player on the USA team the year before. So in 2003, 2004 for the Olympics, 9 guys say no. They're like Vince, Ray Allen,
all pulled out.
All of them, 9 guys
KG,
pull out.
all of
KG, J Kidd, Mike Bibby, Kenyon Martin, everyone pulls out. So that's how we get the super young team.
Yep.
So I had like 5 or 6 DMPs in the USA team the year before. I was just there to kind of watch and hopefully as it progressed, a year from now, 2 years from now, like I would be on the team. So I don't play at all. So all of a sudden, like Larry Brown's like, well, you've been here with us, so we might as well start you. And I was like, okay, but I didn't play last year either. So then all of a sudden, it didn't turn into a beef, but it was like there was definitely some like young testosterone-filled egos involved. Yeah. But not in a way like we were all cool.
We were cool, but we did have some against you guys.
Yeah.
Because like, in practice we was like, we'll get together like, yo, let's beat their ass today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like, and it's, and you got to understand at that time in the NBA too, like I come from Miami. It wasn't, I didn't know Richard because we didn't fraternize. It wasn't no
fraternizing and talking. I never talked, had a word. I never said a word to D-Wade. I never met him before.
So we get to practice and like, we're like, it's Melo, it's me, it's Amari. It's, like we got the young gun, like we call ourselves the young guns, and we were, and you know, older vets, they ain't not taking practice serious.
But I wasn't older. I was 24.
Right, you were younger. Right, you, Lamar, Sean Marion, y'all were
Tim Duncan.
Yeah, like Tim was, you know, one of the vets. Allen Iverson, Stephon, all them. But we were sitting there like, we can help this team, like as we go on, but like we didn't get the chance. We really didn't get a real shot. Like for me, I couldn't even pass the free throw line, and I didn't, like whenever I passed the free throw line, they'd take me out. And I was
no. Don't say they. Say Larry Brown. Just say his name.
The coaching staff would take me out.
I can't stand. Look. Larry Brown's not a bad dude. Like I have a tremendous amount of respect. I have a tremendous amount of respect as a Hall of Famer, but he motivated you from a negative space.
He motivated me to be better. That's all I'm saying. I love Larry Brown, but in the Olympics at the time, it's just the style of the game. He wanted point guards to be a certain way, and I'm not like a traditional point guard. So like I'm athletic. I'm trying to get to the basket, but whenever I went past that free throw line, he was like,
they take you out. Oh, Jason,
come on, sit over here.
I'm gonna have you on here and not ask about the big fella.
Who's the big fella? Shaq or LeBron or? I mean, I play with a lot of big fellas.
Isn't it funny how that's where?
Who's the big fella?
The big fella, your boat buddy.
Oh, LeBron.
LeBron.
That big fella. Yeah, let's talk about him before we go. We got
we on
20 seconds. Congratulations to the Lakers on winning. All right, and we moving on. No, listen, LeBron, I said this. I was like, LeBron's going to play so long that people are going to forget that we were ever teammates. Yeah. They'll forget that we got drafted at the same time.
Nah, because y'all won the first. Y'all won it together. Y'all won that first one.
Well, he's going to play listen, he's going to literally play so long, Richard.
You really
that I'm going to be retired in about
man.
7 years, and he's going to still, like, you're going to be like, all right, I'm ready to go.
He came in my third year. And I played 17 years. I played because it was like my third year was y'all rookie year, I believe.
03.
03,
when you got drafted in 2000?
Yeah, 2001. 2000-2001 was mine.
Yeah.
And so I played 17 years. That man's going to play.